New guy Nick is back from his emergency vacation.
Yay.
Hello.
And it's funny because I didn't want to bother Nick while he was gone, but I was dying to know what he thought, because Nick is a big Jurassic Park fan, always wearing Jurassic Park shirts.
They announced one of their babies.
I remember him. He even has Jurassic Park slides. Right?
True.
So I'm dying to know what you thought of Jurassic Park.
You see the shirt today?
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing a Jurassic Park shirt.
What a weird
you must
coincidence.
really like the movie then.
I thought it was fine.
Oh, no.
That's not very
I
convincing.
mean, coming from you,
That's
like
about
a super
it.
fan.
I didn't like it, and my son Dutch went to go see it a second time with all his friends, and they walked out of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was padded a little bit because the critical reviews have been like pretty terrible. And in a way, I think it's a little unfair. Like, you're not going to Jurassic Park to see Citizen Kane. Like, it's going to be like you're going to see dinosaurs rip people apart. The problem is there wasn't enough of that.
Right.
And they went in a really weird direction, and I was just kind of like, this is fine. I like seeing my friends from the first movies, but maybe take a little more time.
You know what? Even when in the beginning when they kidnapped the little girl, I thought Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, like, they kidnapped the little girl, and Chris Pratt runs into the cabin and is like, we got to go. And they like go to the airport. They go to wherever the girl's being kidnapped to. It's like they don't try to stop the kidnapping. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why not? They're in a small town in Alaska, wherever they are. Like, hey man, let's go to the airport. Let's go stop her. Like, she gets kidnapped, and it's like, I think they took her to Russia. Let's go find her.
Like even
Just
that,
randomly.
on its own, I was like, now wait a minute, you're so worried about this girl being kidnapped and being found out, but you're okay just leaving her all day for you guys both to go to your dinosaur catching jobs?
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, it just seemed like just from the get go, I was like, but.
And then how about them not playing the Jurassic Park theme?
Yeah, well, yeah, the composer for this movie is the same for the previous Jurassic World movies, and I don't know, I just thought it was disjointed. And
does he not like this theme?
Well, it was like you can hear him in the background when you see Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler a little bit, but then it transitions to like
How do you not play this theme?
It just, I don't know. It's just, I'm already about to cry.
And did you notice that a lot of the previews, like I remember seeing previews maybe even last year, and none of that was in the movie, except for maybe just a little tiny clip, like when the people are camping out and dinosaurs are out there and they're in a trailer. You see a little news clip of that, but you don't see that scene, and that scene was really good.
Well, I told John Jay in this email that I could go on for hours of like reviewing this movie, and like there's certain things that they left out that I was so like just I was disappointed in, and I was confused on the decisions. It's just, guys, this is a real problem in my world.
It was a disappointment for sure.
It was like I said, I had fun. Like, it was fun seeing like all the characters together, but I always love like you look at the reviews and it's like, maybe it's time for this franchise to go extinct.
No, it just needs to be better.
Yeah,
That's why I
maybe
think
we need something better.
Back to number one. I think Top Gun, to me, so far, is the movie of the summer. For me so far.
Absolutely.
Right? I think it's a great movie. Now, I do remember, I think yesterday, I forgot that Buzz Lightyear movie is going to open up, and that's probably going to be massive.
It's not getting good reviews.
Oh, really?
No. It's sitting on 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No,
right now. I looked this morning.
Just reading.
Grant and I were just talking about it. Grant and I were just talking
But
about
what
it.
reviews did you see, Rich?
Just reading one for a news segment we got coming up. It's getting kind of crapped on by reviewers. So I'll send you the link so that you can review.
I read one of the reviews and I had to laugh with Grant because it was like, if this was Andy's Star Wars, Andy had like an impoverished childhood, and then it was from like the Catholic World Report, and I was like, oh, okay, well there's maybe some underlying issues with why you have a problem with this.
Well, first of all, Stranger Things Season 4, is the most watched TV show like in history.
It's so good, though.
In
it's
history.
so good.
Did you finish that while you're on emergency vacation?
I did.
And what'd you think of
I
that?
watched so much TV.
What'd you think of that?
My God, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I thought it was so good. And it's just, it's everything that I wanted out of like the
Jurassic
previous
World.
2. Yeah, Jurassic World, like number 1. But the previous 2, like, seasons of Stranger Things, it's everything I wanted and then like more of it, and it's weird and it's freaking scary. Like you feel like you like, if we're comparing it to Jurassic World, you really feel like any one of these characters could die at any time. With Jurassic World, I was never afraid of these main characters dying, and I think that just adds to the stakes and gets me all amped up.
Was it weird when you saw like the upside down world, like Vecna, and then you're like, wow, I work with those people? that's I heart management.
I placed every single person. It was a beautiful thing.
All right, now what do you think about what do you think about the ObiWan show?
Well, this is a full Nick thing.
Yeah,
That's a new one today.
Nick Nay.
Nick
Paddywhack.
Obi-Wan is like, what a time we live in, guys. What a time we live in where we get new Star Wars like every 6 months. And it's fantastic. I think if it wasn't for the fact that kind of how this story ends, like, again, that, like, spoiler, Vader lives, Obi lives, Leia lives. Like, this would be my favorite of all the Star Wars, like, television shows.
I think baby Leia's annoying.
You know what's funny? I actually agree with you. Yeah. I think that she was a little miscast, and I have to take myself out of that and just let her be her.
I think Third Sister talks too much.
Really?
Yeah, I think Third Sister is a little too much.
She gets a lot of criticism. She's getting a lot of hate online.
Oh, she is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, because there's not, like all the villains are like, they don't talk a lot. Mm-hmm. You're like, kill him. And she's like, let me tell you something. I think that I need blah, 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 blah. And where is he? I'm a Jedi. And you know what? I had a toy like that when I was a kid, too. It was taken away from me like everything else when I was a child. Like, whoa, you don't get that from Darth Vader.
She won me over in this scene where, like, Obi's hiding from her, and she's like, Obi-Wan. And then she goes through and like, reveals to Obi-Wan that Anakin's still alive.
Oh, you like
and
that
I was like, oh,
well, if you see the hit movie Ambulance on Peacock starring Jake Gyllenhaal, she is Jake Gyllenhaal's brother's wife. And I was like, where do I know that girl from? Oh my God, she's Third Sister from Obi-Wan. And I was like, wow, she's a good actress because she plays a totally different role in that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I was like, wow. Yeah, so if you get a chance to see that.
Ambulance.
Also,
He's been
on the
pushing
Kyle.
I've seen about 30 minutes of the J-Lo halftime thing. Boy, she's amazing.
I know.
Oh, it's so crazy to get a peek into the J-Lo Shakira Super Bowl conversation. J-Lo's like in her bed, got her laptop open. Shakira's on the phone. Hey, Shakira. Hey, what do you want to do? Well, I got 12 minutes. We should have got 14 minutes. I tell you what, we should have got was 20 minutes. And like, wow. Right? Isn't that weird?
I know.
And how A-Rod's nowhere.
Nowhere. I thought at least like he would pop up in the background because they're at her house quite a bit during the show. Like she has stuff filmed at her show, and I think it's just because she wants to be around her family. But I'm like, he was there.
Yeah. Like how? Like they had to edit that guy out?
Yeah.
They CGI him out of it.
Or are they like, listen, she goes through a lot of guys. Let's make sure he's not in the shot.
Or maybe they had a couple of scenes with them together because they were engaged, right?
Yeah.
Right around that
He's
time.
there.
And so it's like, and then they're like, well, we're going to have to edit that out now.
Because if you go to her social media from back then, it was like he was in every shot.
Everywhere.
She would look at him. She would acknowledge him. He'd bring her coffee.
Like all of his TikToks were at their house.
Yes.
Like, I mean, the yard that she's walking through, I remember like he surprised her with a car right there.
So fascinating.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it took a year to come out because they had to edit him out.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know I knew she had one sister. I didn't know she had another sister. Did you know there was 3 sisters?
I didn't really know her family history, but the stuff with her mom is like
crazy. When she's on the group chat about her being in the Super Bowl about her movie opening up, and they're talking about the Jets. A group chat. She's reading the group chat, her whole family. My dad says, go Jets. And mom says, go Jets. Oh, hey, so-and-so just made a field goal. Hey, Jen's movie came out today. Great reviews. Oh, good. We need a new kicker. They just ignore and she's reading it all. I mean, it's wow.
And she's like, I guess I'm just going to respond, go Jets.
Yeah.